So today I had a conversation with someone who told me that attended recently some workshops on well-being, and that the participants were presented some knowledge and tools which is useful in a situation of crisis, like when things are really not working out. And I thought that this is very interesting point to address. From my experience, like my own personal experience, like of 11 years following my personal development, and also of many years leading other people in that, I would say that, of course, like spreading the consciousness and tools and knowledge on well-being and also on crisis, and encouraging people to to search for some kind of help when they are in trouble, when they are in crisis, etc., is very important. Asking obviously for help and so on and so on. Fortunately, today there are so many places where you can go, even for free, like telephone numbers, if you are in crisis, available 24/7, etc., etc. So that's a really important thing, and that's a good news that we have these things. The consciousness about it is like bigger and bigger among people, organizations, and everything is. I'm like yes for that, but there is one thing I would like to point out here. It's like with health in general. I would say that the most important part is like what we are doing before we are in crisis, before we heard some very bad news that are changing our lives and are kind of destroying our everyday lives and so on and so on. So I would say that this is the basic thing we should focus our attention on, because it's like with driving a car. Imagine that you never drove a car before, or you just did it a couple of times, and suddenly someone puts you on a race and asks you to kind of drive 200 kilometers an hour speed to win the first prize. That will be difficult, right? So the most important, if you have already your habits, if you have your tools, if you know how to connect yourself, if you already recognize like what supports you the most in everyday life, what supports you when you have like more challenges, more difficult emotions to deal with, then there is a chance that in a big crisis, like your personal, on the crisis happening around you in the world, in your environment, etc., etc., you will be ready to use them like as an only tool support, or additionally to some external support you will decide to take. But if you don't have these habits, it will be very difficult, to be honest. So I don't want to say that I'm encouraging now people to start a personal development journey or to learn like how to deal with their emotions, or just how to get to know themselves deeper and their reaction and mechanism, because maybe one day there will be some crisis. I don't know if you heard that intention is always very important ingredient in like results creation. So I wouldn't say that, but like, why not looking at that from a different perspective? Why not looking at this kind of opportunities and wisdom and knowledge and habits as just ways to kind of start be in a good relationship with yourself, with your family, environment, and so on, to get to know yourself better, and then to be able to kind of shape your life much more better, and yes, to make your life happier.